I think you summed it up really well in your note by saying tariffs are to 2018 what North Korea was to 2017. It's a throwback to our SAT analogies, but that idea that tariffs could cause some concern, but ultimately, until we find out more, it's a lot of noise.
I think tariffs are going to be less important in two dimensions. Like one is what you just mentioned, that basically, markets used to talk about tariffs, but as long as there's not much action, I don't think they're going to take it too seriously. The second part, and I think that this is different than other geopolitical issues, is that say you make a mistake and you tariff somebody up 10% and stock market drops 15%, you can walk it back the next day. I mean, you can't walk back a war, but you can walk back a tariff and pretty much unwind the effect. So I think that markets are going to be more sophisticated in how they respond and probably see certainly discussion of tariffs as a buying opportunity rather than as a panic opportunity.
So it's more dynamic, in other words. Interesting.
So the thing to focus on then in the short term, I guess, is the data and earnings season as we head into it. What do you make of some of the price action? And obviously it's already just very early days to make any kind of assumptions, but Julie was just mentioning there the reaction that we've seen after all the banks' earnings. And yes, expectations were very high, but they were also very high and are also very high for the tech names as well. I worry about perhaps some of the optimism into these earnings and then them simply not being as high as expectations.
Well, I think that would be a problem. I think the big issue for the market is, and the big debate and what fixed income and equities are keying off, is how long this expansion is going to last. And I think that good earnings suggest that activity is fine, suggest that productivity is fine, suggest that you're not going to be too worried about costs running away from you. It's an enormous positive. And you have to keep in mind, we don't have that much supply side data. All our data, is demand side. So profits tells us something about the supply side.
Yes.
And productivity, which we get with a lag and where you have to smooth it over a couple of months. But that, those are the only numbers we have that tell us that fundamentals are actually pretty good.